happened or whether it's just rumour, have a look at pwtweets.com, because quite often you'll find the wrestlers are tweeting. And in fact, the new NXT roster, they have all, one by one in fact, joined Twitter. I think nearly all of them are there now. And
I think Heath Slater would probably be, I think, the only one that isn't. I don't think I saw him there. That would be the rock star without an instrument, as he likes to refer to himself as.
Heath Slater, an interesting one. Certainly on look, he has that kind of maybe early Shawn Michaels look, or perhaps he could even work like that.
He kind of reminded me of Jesse when he came in there on Tuesday night, made his debut on NXT. It kind of really brought me back to that whole Festus gimmick with Jesse that they ran there a couple of years back. But definitely want to watch Heath Slater.
It seems like actually he has such a better gimmick now in what he has, because at least it's something that he can kind of make his own. He doesn't have to refer to another bad gimmick in that of Festus, for example.
Yeah, I mean, they've pulled Festus out of the slums of below mid-card, and he's working his angle there with Punk, and he'll be happy until he probably gets the release in a good 8 months.
Referring to more of the NXT rookies that debuted this past week, and Darren Young, what do you have to say about him?
Darren Young, definitely. I kind of got the Kofi vibe from the get-go, and the hair. I like the hair. I think it's a good thing for him, and it has a unique look, and probably more so than your Michael Tarvers there now, or with the whole. His whole gimmick has been the son of Tyson's sparring partner. Running the whole boxing gimmick, I think, Darren Young, one to watch without a doubt.
Yes, I mean, looking at this roster of names, certainly we've spoken about the ones that maybe stand out. I mean, looking at the rest of them, I can certainly remember what they looked like, but, as you say, people like Michael Tarver and Wade Barrett and Justin Gabriel, it's hard to know where these guys are going to be able to make a mark when you have sort of Daniel Bryan hogging the spotlight, and then just sort of natural personalities like Darren Young and David Otunga.
Yeah, we've yet to even see Skip Sheffield. I'm sure that's going to happen next week. Apparent cowboy gimmick there, and he'll be running with William Regal as the pro, which... a ridiculous call out of WWE, if you ask me. Instantly, I would have paired Wade Barrett with William Regal, because you can even get that early hint of Regal from Barrett's English gimmick.
Wade Barrett, is going to be interesting to see what happens with the guy going forward. One of the things that I'm trying to understand about NXT, and I'm quite confused about, I know I've heard it said, is there going to be an end game? Is there going to be a competition? Is this something that some person is going to be the number one? Or is it just a show that they really have no idea where it's going yet?
That's a great question, because I don't think anybody really knows what's going to happen here. But there was some commentary over the course of the night. I think somebody got in for the number one spot, or the big contract or whatever, but definitely interesting comments from Michael Cole that night, don't you think?
Michael Cole referring to dirt sheets in a roundabout way. People are saying that basically the line between kayfabe and shoot has been drawn, and basically we may be hearing a lot more on NXT in terms of references to the sites we like to frequent, and I think it could be a case of that maybe Cole himself personally has a vendetta against the dirt sheets, do you think?
Some people have said, or rumoured to have said, that he lives in the WWE bubble, but at the same time, I think a lot of people know that a shoot's a shoot, and Cole is just having his own fun with it, and they're getting a bit. I think they're feeling the pressure from the old TNA, and want to, beef it up a little bit on a Tuesday night.
Well, certainly NXT was a TNA beater, and this past week in the US, the audience was somewhere around 1.74 million people tuning in to see at least the debut episode of the show. Will they be there next week? Well, it depends on what they saw, and personally I think they've got a great chance of holding up their audience, and right there, you're beating TNA's ratings. So if it's something that they felt they were doing to kind of really, attack the TNA threat, as it were, then it certainly has worked. But NXT is a new concept. One of the other interesting factors about it, actually, were the new camera angles. And there was a sort of a new way of looking at wrestling. I noticed several director angles that I don't recall ever being used in the product before.
Yeah, it was definitely something I spotted earlier on in the program, especially from the kind of raw TV side, backing into the right-hand corner, and kind of just hovering along the side of the ring. That kind of makes it look unique from the get-go, and you see definitely an Impact. They do some kind of unique angles with the cameras too, and it's kind of refreshing to see on WWE. It definitely put a spin of new on the whole thing, and it was without doubt something that was spotted.
Indeed, we're now going to take an ad break, and we will be back very shortly. We're going to talk about TNA, a lot to shoot about there. Coming up next here on Wrestledope.
From its humble beginnings, World Championship Wrestling rose to extraordinary heights.
The number one wrestling company on the planet.
But after reaching the pinnacle of success, it all came crashing down. Now get an exclusive inside look at the rise and fall of WCW. This 3-disc DVD set highlights the characters and stars that built WCW.
It was a wonderful time. We're having sellouts everywhere we were going.
And the internal conflicts and corporate greed.
All they want to do is put a product on the air that will generate dollars.
That led to its ultimate demise.
The three stooges of wrestling running this multi-billion-dollar company.
Kevin Nash, he didn't want to see anybody get any more famous than he was.
Those guys could come in to WCW and just carve whatever they wanted out of it.
Plus, extras include 20 of the greatest WCW matches of all time. The rise and fall of WCW. Let the truth be told tomorrow.
They're the newest faces of the WWE. And this is their music. It's WWE The Music on New Day Volume 10. The latest compilation of unreleased themes from today's WWE superstars, including Legacy, The Miz, The Bella Twins, Sheamus, and more. 14 of these tracks available exclusively at Amazon.com/WWE Music. WWE The Music on New Day Volume 10. Available now. And for a limited time only, download WWE The Music Volume 10 for only $3.99.
On Monday, March 8th, the immortal Hulk Hogan makes his epic return to the ring.
You're going to be facing Abyss and his partner, Hulk Hogan.
For the first time in nearly a decade, the two biggest names in wrestling face off when Hulk Hogan forces his longtime rival, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, out of retirement. Two legends, one night, when TNA Wrestling takes over Monday nights, live and free March 8th on Spike.
My girl, Jennifer, she texted me something one time when I was going through all the crazy trials and the divorce and all that stuff, and she goes, amazing things happen in a short amount of time. Because she's a little spiritual and really dialed in. And she was right. A lot of great things happen in a short amount of time in my personal life and even on a business level. 6 weeks? Is that what we're in this thing? 6 weeks? And we made this announcement? That's quicker than back in the day when you know, than what happened back in the day when it happened, you know?
Sure did.
How come you can't say that guy's name anymore?
I don't know. What happened?
Well, that's when we punked out Vince McMahon the first time. We're getting ready to do it again. You know, coming to work here is a pleasure, you know. I just, when I thought about coming back to work and getting back into wrestling,